Yah Scriptures, the first book of Adam and Hawwah, Adam and Eve 1, chapter 21. Then Adam and Hawwah went in search of the garden, and the heat beat like a flame on their faces, and they sweated from the heat, and they cried before Yahweh. But the place where they cried was close to a high mountain top that faced the western gate of the garden. Then Adam threw himself down from the top of that mountain. His face was torn, and his flesh was ripped, and he lost much of his blood, and was close to death. Meanwhile, Hawwah remained standing on the mountain, crying over him, lying as he was. And she said, "I don't wish to live after him, for all that he did to himself was because of me." Then she threw herself after him, and was torn and ripped by stones, and remained lying as dead. But the merciful Elohim, who looks over his creatures, looked at Adam and Hawwah as they lay dead, and he sent his word to them and raised them, and said to Adam, "O Adam, all this misery which you have brought on yourself will have no effect on my ruling, neither will it alter the covenant of the 5,500 years." The first book of Adam and Hawwah, Adam and Eve 1, chapter 22. Then Adam said to Elohim, "I dry up in the heat. I am faint from walking, and I don't want to be in this world, and I don't know when you will let me rest and take me out of it." Then Yahweh Elohim said to him, "O Adam, it cannot be now, not until you have ended your days. Then I shall bring you out of this miserable land." And Adam said to Elohim, "While I was in the garden, I knew neither heat nor fatigue, neither transience nor trembling nor fear. But now, since I came to this land, all this affliction has come over me." Then Elohim said to Adam, "So long as you were keeping my commandment, my light and my favor rested on you. But when you transgressed my commandment, sorrow and misery came to you in this land." And Adam cried and said, "O Yahuwah, do not cut me off for this, neither punish me with heavy plagues, nor yet repay me according to my sin. For we of our own will transgressed your commandment, and ignored your Torah, and tried to become Elohim like you, when Satan the enemy deceived us." Then Elohim said again to Adam, "Because you have endured fear and trembling in this land of fatigue and suffering, treading and walking about, going on this mountain and dying from it, I will take all of this on myself in order to save you." The first book of Adam and Hawwah, Adam and Eve 1, chapter 23. Then Adam cried more and said, "O Elohim, have mercy on me, and do not take on yourself that which I will do." But Elohim withdrew his word from Adam and Hawwah. Then Adam and Hawwah stood on their feet, and Adam said to Hawwah, "Strengthen yourself, and I also will strengthen myself." And she strengthened herself as Adam told her. Then Adam and Hawwah took stones and placed them in the shape of an altar, and they took leaves from the trees outside the garden, with which they wiped from the face of the rock the blood they had spilled. But that which had dropped on the sand they took together with the dust with which it was mixed, and offered it on the altar as an offering to Elohim. Then Adam and Hawwah stood under the altar and cried, praying to Elohim, "Forgive us our offense and our sin, and look at us with your eye of mercy. For when we were in the garden, our praises and our hymns went up before you without ceasing. But when we came into this strange land, pure praise was no longer ours, nor righteous prayer, nor understanding hearts, nor sweet thoughts, nor wise judgment, nor long discernment, nor upright feelings. Neither was our bright nature left within us. But our body is changed from the likeness in which it was at first when we were created. Yet now look at our blood which is offered on these stones, and accept it at our hands, as if it were the praise we used to sing to you at first when we were in the garden." and Adam began to make more requests of Elohim. The first book of Adam and Hawwah, Adam and Eve 1, chapter 24. Then the merciful Elohim, who is good and a lover of men, looked at Adam and Hawwah and at their blood, which they had held up as an offering to him, without an order from him for doing so. But he wondered at them and accepted their offering. And Elohim sent from his presence a bright fire that consumed their offering. He smelled the sweet savor of their offering and showed them mercy. Then the word of Elohim came to Adam and said to him, O Adam, as you have shed your blood, so will my bane shed his own blood when he becomes flesh of your descendants. And as you died, O Adam, so also will he die. And as you built an altar, so also will I make for you an altar of the earth. And as you offered your blood on it, so also will I offer my bane's blood on an altar on the earth. And as you appealed for forgiveness through that blood, so also will I make his blood forgiveness of sins and erase transgressions in it. And now, behold, I have accepted your offering, O Adam, but the days of the covenant in which I have bound you are not fulfilled. When they are fulfilled, then will I bring you back into the garden. Now therefore strengthen your heart, and when sorrow comes over you, make me an offering, and I will be favorable to you. The first book of Adam and Hawwah, Adam and Eve 1, chapter 25. But Elohim knew that Adam believed he would frequently kill himself and make an offering to him of his blood. Therefore he said to him, Adam, don't ever kill yourself like this again by throwing yourself down from that mountain. But Adam said to Elohim, I was thinking to put an end to myself right now for having transgressed your commandments, and for my having come out of the beautiful garden, and for the bright light which you have taken from me, and for the praises which poured out from my mouth without ceasing, and for the light that covered me. Yet because of your goodness, O Elohim, you did not get rid of me altogether, but you have been favorable to me every time I die, and you bring me to life. And thereby it will be made known that you are a merciful Elohim, who does not want anyone to perish, who would love it if no one should fall, and who does not condemn anyone cruelly, badly, or by total destruction. Then Adam remained silent. And the word of Elohim came to him, and baraked him, and comforted him, and covenanted with him that he would save him at the end of the days determined for him. This then was the first offering Adam made to Elohim, and so it became his custom to do. The first book of Adam and Hawwah, Adam and Eve 1, chapter 26. Then Adam took Hawwah, and they began to return to the cave of treasures where they lived. But when they got closer to it and saw it from a distance, heavy sorrow fell on Adam and Hawwah when they looked at it. Then Adam said to Hawwah, When we were on the mountain, we were comforted by the word of Elohim that talked with us, and the light that came from the east shone over us. But now the word of Elohim is hidden from us, and the light that shined over us has changed so much that it has disappeared, and let darkness and sorrow cover us. And we are forced to enter this cave that is like a prison, in which darkness covers us, so that we are separated from each other. You cannot see me, I cannot see you. When Adam had said these words, they cried and spread their hands before Elohim because they were full of sorrow. And they prayed to Elohim to bring the sun for them to shine on them so that darkness would not return to them and that they wouldn't have to go under this covering of rock. They wanted to die rather than see the darkness. Then Elohim looked at Adam and Hawwah and at their great sorrow and all they had done with a fervent heart because of all the trouble they were in. When compared to their former state of well-being, all the misery that came over them did so in this strange land. Therefore Elohim was neither angry with them nor impatient, but he was patient and long-suffering toward them as toward the children he had created. Then the word of Elohim came to Adam and said to him, Adam, regarding the sun, if I were to take it and bring it to you, days, hours, years, and months would all stop, and the covenant I have made with you would never be fulfilled. And you would be deserted and stuck in a perpetual plague, and you would never be saved. Yes, rather, bear up long and calm your soul while you live night and day, until the fulfillment of the days and the time of my covenant has come. Then I shall come and save you, Adam. I do not wish for you to be afflicted. And when I look at all the good things that you lived in before, and why you came out of them, then I am willing to show you mercy. But I cannot alter the covenant that has gone out of my mouth. Otherwise I would have brought you back into the garden. However, when the covenant is fulfilled, then I will show you and your descendants mercy, and bring you into a land of gladness where there is neither sorrow nor suffering, but abiding joy and gladness, and light that never fails, and praises that never cease, and a beautiful garden that shall never pass away. And Elohim said again to Adam, Be patient and enter the cave, because of the darkness of which you were afraid shall only be 12 hours long. When it is over, light will come up. Then when Adam heard these words from Elohim, he and Hawwah worshipped before him, and their hearts were comforted. They returned into the cave after their custom, while tears flowed from their eyes, sorrow and wailing came from their hearts, and they wished their soul would leave their body. And Adam and Hawwah stood praying until the darkness of night covered them, and Adam was hidden from Hawwah and she from him. And they remained standing in prayer.